it's day one, but I think what I've heard in a couple of sessions so far that I was at with Chime is the importance of humans in the loop, right? And everybody loves to. There were a couple CIOs talking about, we all love to chase our shiny objects, but at the end of the day, it's about patient care and the importance of having humans involved in any of the rollouts of technology. I also heard something interesting from one of the CIOs where she said, essentially, it's the first technology where they feel like they need to monitor it continuously. It's not just set it up and run, implement it and go. It was very interesting perspective.
Very, very interesting. Now, my interest in this show is learning a little bit more about women's health, the current state of care and research. So, how is women's health, that topic, impacting you in the work that you're doing?
It's really important. So, if you think about what we do as a company, is we abstract data to populate clinical registries. Why are registries important? Registries are at one level a focus on population health and identification of people at earlier stages, so you can create better health, not just treat the sickness and the disease. My mom died of ovarian cancer a long time ago, and she was unfortunately misdiagnosed. And I think about that in today's world, where if there were modern technologies like now, especially AI for early detection and prevention, who knows? It could have saved her life, and she could have had a longer quality of life, even if it was unpreventable. So I think when you think about the opportunity for data tells a story, right? It tells a story about populations, but it tells a story about individual people. And so the more data we have, the better opportunity we have for prevention and even cures.
Terrific. Now, my listeners love to hear about what's happening in the space, but they also love to learn from leaders like yourself about things that drive you. And I'm wondering, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice, what would you tell him?
I think probably tell myself a lot of things, but I think the importance of empathy. I think it's one of the things that drew me into healthcare to begin with, when it is just watching the empathy of nurses and physicians, but it also translates over to the business side. And I've worked for a lot of startup companies, earlier stage, as well as Fortune 50 companies. And I think there's a common theme of hard driving organizations where they just lose track of the empathy. And you need to remember that people are people, and we all are emotive selves. And so being able to feel other people and understand where they're coming from often solves a lot of problems.
Love that so much. If we all had a little bit more empathy, maybe the world would be a better place in healthcare. Thank you so much for joining me
Thanks
today.
for having me.